Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Fire Emblem Binding Blade Let's Play. So, with Ilya done again, we're moving back to Sacae again. More back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. This time, we're more in the heart of Sacae. And, yeah, basically, the clan that betrayed the other clans, Jutes, or Dejutes, depends, I think the D's silent, are the ones we're facing. They decided with Burn because either they saw something good in Sophia or he's got really good PR. I don't know, maybe who knows, maybe again he has really good personal relations. Yeah, but basically, yeah, that was the leader and they led the guerrilla citizens. Yeah, a lot of the Sacae maps are much more like guerrilla warfare in terms of just how they're designed and what happens. And you'll see in the next part because, you know, this chapter's like, it's quite the horde, so to speak. So yeah, we've got to take down the other clans and stuff like that. So yeah, chapter 18b, as I like to call it, Gauntlet. Because look at it. Again, the map is just very plain, very basic, very open. There's barely any different pathways. It's just this giant open field and a fuck ton of enemies that you gotta fight. Because holy shit. But, you know, it's definitely more challenging because you really had to be careful, like, you really got to know which units to send in. Make sure every single person, and I stress this, make sure everyone has a ranged weapon, otherwise you might as well just send them there to die. And, you know, you also, the limited amount of, like, shrubbery and foliage, make the best use out of it. Though the chapter as a whole, I don't think much of it, because again, all you're doing is just fighting a horde. It's not like there's any other objectives, or there's some secret stuff you can do, or anything interesting. It's just horde. It's Fire Emblem Horde mode. It's essentially just Fire Emblem Horde mode. But this chapter, well, the Sacae route also feels like a slight missed opportunity. Only slight, because in the intro scenes, like before when you end chapters, like Sum and Sin don't do anything. And I thought that was rather odd, because I know that like maybe they're like, again, there's a chance you could get them killed if you did that. You don't deserve to continue the game because they're awesome, but like it would have been interesting if, like, say, if they were still alive, they talked to Roy about like maybe start giving more like hints towards the chapter and stuff, or stuff like that. Maybe about like maybe they could hint towards how the Sacaeans do things. The fact that in this thingamajig, the houses you see, in about a couple of like 4 or 5 turns, you get units respawning out of there. So maybe they could have hinted. I know some of the houses do hint towards that, but it would be interesting to have Sue and Sin have their input on it, because they were the ones who kind of got like, this means a lot to them, remember, because they got betrayed, their clans got taken out, and they had to like fight life for themselves. So I thought it would be interesting if they ever do remake this game. I mean, if they can't put Lyn in the game, I hope they do, but I definitely think like they don't have to be like essential to this pathway, but if they're available, Sue and Sin should have moments just like talking to Roy at the beginning or end of chapters, just because I think it would make it more interesting and it would make the most sense. Because remember, their only reason they're with Roy is because Sacae, you know, got betrayed. You know, the clans got betrayed, and now they're here. So it's them to win their to win it back. So I thought that would have been interesting. But yeah, so actually, what was quite funny, what was really funny in this chapter is, because remember the last chapter, because it was Fog of War, I was fighting a lot of ranged units, because, you know, Sacae and stuff. Like, I was like, all my javelins were otherwise broken, or they had like 3 ammo left. So right here, I took the silver card and I was like, buy javelins, just buy a shit ton of javelins and give them to people who need them, because I know Percival, Milady, Shana, and Lance, they all needed a javelin. They had like, see, look, javelin with 5 ammo. It's like, I can't fight back with 5 ammo. So that's the worst thing in this chapter. Don't let yourself just sit there and do nothing. So yeah, those 4 units, they needed javelins, because everyone else, like Wendy, Deke, and stuff, they can at least use hand axes, and I had enough of those, but didn't have enough javelins. So I was like, just everyone go to Roy and grab a javelin now. Having only 6 is not good, though. To be fair, because of this chapter, because like to be fair, there's a decent variety of units in this chapter. You've got Myrmidons and you've got Shamans and stuff like that. So they're throwing some of the more deadlier classes at you, so to speak. But it's mostly just like, you know, nomads and nomadic troopers. So for this type of chapter, obviously ranged units are a must, but you'd also using Rutger as well, just because I need to use Rutger. gave him more luck because Ruka's luck stat wasn't the best, so, you know, more luck for him. But you definitely want to use units who have good defense so they can, like, I know the mages, the mages are a bit more limited. Like, there are druids, but they use physic, you know, and stuff like that. So instead of, like, they don't, like, really attack you, they just heal. Yeah, take on the Myrmidons. So you definitely want units who can take hits. Not necessarily, like, kill the other units straight up, but definitely, like generals, paladins, heroes, and other nomads, use them because they'll definitely be able to, like, take the hits and dish them back out. Might not guarantee to kill them, but they can be kept alive. Mages can definitely deal the damage, but they won't be able to take the hits. And also remember, nomads and nomadic troopers tend to have pretty good accuracy, so I would not recommend trying to tank them as a mage, because that will most likely get you killed. I mean, you could definitely, like, when you retaliate, there's a good chance you could kill them, but the damage at that point would have already been done. And oh, Deeks only got 4. Damn, I didn't realize it was that bad. Yeah, but I was lacking ranged weapons a lot in this part, so I had to buy a shit ton and then just, like, hope for the best. But at the very least, you know, Myrmidons come out the gate and they are no threat to me. I'm a general. You know, you mean nothing to me. I was once terrified of you, but now you are nothing. I'm a changed woman. Yeah, it's pretty wonderful. You know, because of her class, Wendy actually does fare pretty good here because, again, she's just, well, I know you wouldn't use knights in this game, but they do fare well for Sacae because even though they may not be the fastest and there's a good chance they get doubled, they can definitely take the hits, you know. That's another reason that, that's another good thing that, what's his name? Douglas can do, because he comes in with such high base defense. Sacaeans can't, like, even to, like, Gonzalez did 0 damage, they could do nothing to him. So even though, like, he might not be able to think, he could definitely be a brilliant shield. But, you know, you definitely want the more physical classes for this route. And though there are withers and stuff, you can use your flyers, but because of pose, don't recommend it. I do find it quite funny. Ilia route, you have to, like, use your flyers, get you places. Sacae route, don't use your flyers at all, otherwise you're going to die. A most terrible death. So yeah, there's to be fair, this chapter's not too hard, but, and I do stress, the nomadic troopers are definitely dangerous. You know, don't like think of them as, don't just brush them aside and think, oh, I can tank them. You know, try to take them out as quick as you can. The nomadic troopers do not fuck around. I mean, you have nomadic troopers yourself, so... Oh, well done. Again, it was 50-50. I just didn't, because I wanted to make sure I had enough to, I could retaliate, so just keep the hand axe present. So, yeah, because the nomadic troopers are definitely dangerous. I mean, you might, might be able to survive 1 or 2, but don't push your luck. This guy was asking for it. When you fight Ruka, you're going to get crit. There's just no way around it. Even in hindsight, I probably should have used the light brand. You can't give me that time. I don't know if I even equipped it to him. Then again, it only does 10 damage. You know, the damage is fixed. I'm pretty sure it is fixed. So, I don't know if it would be ultimately kind of useless. Because 10 damage isn't a lot to these guys. It's something, but it certainly isn't a lot. And also, to be fair, with Ruka, because of he's a sword master and he's got high evasion, he's pretty fine taking on these guys. You know, if you have highly evasive classes, then you can send them in to take on the things like some... I know Clarine's very evasive, but again, I wouldn't recommend it. I'd recommend more just, bulky people. Druids and stuff, you still gotta be careful. And, poor Gonzalez, his hit is so low. Like, poor guy. Poor guy. He can't hit anyone at all. Oh yeah, he's got steel sword. I was lucky enough to be within the things to dodge, but yeah, those nomadic troopers, man. They're something. They're definitely something. I'm pretty sure he's... Yeah, see? Also, thing to note about this chapter, this is where Sophia promotes. Yeah, we, took us 6 chapters, because, he has included the X chapters, but Sophia does promote. That's another reason, Figgy's kind of dangerous. Sue couldn't even double them back, so, they ain't messing around. They're super serial. They are super serial. Come on, Clarine. You got this. I have been thinking, though, because I noticed, with this level, because of how it is, the level design is incredibly basic and stuff, but it's also, it's very much a Gauntlet. I know one of the biggest problems everyone points out with Binding Blade is its level design, which I'll admit, yeah, its level design is either... chapters that are just straight up, like, there are some good ones, don't get me wrong, but a lot of the chapters are either forgettable or are filled to the brim with a lot of bullshit. Not gimmicks, just more bullshit. Like, you know, way too much bolting and ballistas. You know, chapters like with the disappearing platforms that are way too sporadic and way too spread out. Chapter 14's, you know, the fog of war and all this, and trying to rush. Just there is a lot of bullshit in this game, and also the size of this chapters also don't help. So a lot of people said do change the level design, but I'm also wondering if it does. That's kind of Binding Blade is one of the more unique Fire Emblem games, for better and worse. Oh yeah, interesting thing. I'm pretty sure I mentioned this before, but halberds don't work on nomads, even though they are using mounted units. It doesn't work on nomads, which is, you know, all the more reason they're so powerful. Go Clarine. Clarine, Ellen. Sorry. Medic fighters, I get them mixed up sometimes. Alright, yeah. But Binding Blade's level design, while definitely weak for the most parts, it does kind of give Binding Blade its identity. And, you, like, imagine how much they'd have to change in order to make it more, you know, thingamajig. Because, like, they definitely have to, in order to make all the classes useful again, they'd have to really, like, shorten the size of these chapters, which in some cases can work, but others I'm not so sure. It's weird, I don't know how they go about it. Because, again, one of Binding Blade's, and also another biggest problem is balancing. Unit balance is another big problem. But, like, if they are going to, like, change the level design, I wonder how much they change to make it, oh, that's good level ups. You know, to make it more fair, but also keep Binding Blade as it is. Though, then again, I know Binding Blade is one of the, to me, it's one of the weak ones, but I know a lot of people that really like Binding Blade because of how it is. You know, it's a weird case of where the game is flawed, but that's kind of the charm of it. You know, you get those games where, yeah, there is definitely bad stuff to it, but that's kind of that's kind of the reasons you like it. Just happens to, you know, you happen to like the bad stuff. It's like me and Revelations. Yeah, a lot of the chapters are gimmicky as shit, but that's, it's kind of like, it has this weird, like, I don't know, it has this weird charm to it. I just can't help but, find some appeal in some of Revelation chapters. Yeah, some of them are bullshit, I won't deny, but there's just some of them I can't help but enjoy. So, again, some people are just like that. It's the same way some people don't like, I know quite a few people say Fire Emblem 7 is really overrated because it doesn't do anything special. It's a bit too basic for their liking. Which I get. I mean, 7's my favorite just because it does everything so well. And it's like, I can't think of many really good flaws. It does, like, lots of things really well. But some people, it's like, it doesn't try to go above and beyond. It's just there. To them, it's just there. And I get where they're coming from. Again, some people don't like it when things try to do things too differently. Some people don't like it when things try to play it too safe. I like to see things as they are. If it works, it works. It doesn't, it doesn't. Also, I am more open to you know, stuff that's more different and innovative, even if it doesn't work. Again, I do like a lot of games that try to spice things up rather than just relying on the same old formula. I know it doesn't work all the time, but I'm more relaxed towards those types of games. That's why I'm one of the few people that actually likes Other M. Please don't kill me. Because, you know, even though Other M has problems, without a doubt, I'll not defend some of the writing in that case. Like the third person type of action gameplay, the switching to first person, the more like action oriented style. Just a lot of the stuff there is that they tried to be something new and different, and I applaud them for that. And some of it did work, some of it didn't. But you know, I think Other M had its merits. Definitely had its merits. Yeah. Thank goodness for Wendy. I don't know why I clipped the Silver Lance though. I thought it would have gone with the Javelin. Oh well, maybe Silver Lance had highest avoid. I always find that funny. Like I remember specifically seeing like the killer weapons. Definitely like again, no one could double these nomadic troopers. They're powerful. Well, they're fast, so to speak, not powerful. Yeah, but because I know the killer weapons when I'm scrolling through them were like Shana and Milady. They had the highest avoid. Yeah, but as you can see, most of the druids will be healing this people, not really fighting them, which is good for me because it means free kill. You'll see later. Yeah, the nomads versus the nomads, blue versus red. Who's gonna win? Place your bets, people. Place your bets. Oh, we can double this guy, just not the other one. Actually, I think I do a diagonal attack here. Yeah, this one nomadic trooper was pretty slow. His speed stat was not too great. Poor guy. Sorry, I just had a drink. And thirsty is the weather, the temperature actually picked up in this country because for the last couple of weeks it's been nothing but grey, cloudy, and cold and shit, even in like May and April. But now it's actually nice and warm, so great. Ah, strength, skill, and speed, the 3 S's. Oh, you finally got hitting, Gonzalez. 3. I'll use all my power to land this critical. 3 damage. Ugh. That always makes me laugh. Landing critical does fuck all. Absolutely fuck all. Alright, go on. Actually, no. Sophia, I don't believe in you at all. Just the way it's meant to be. Again, I learned something from the last part. I've got to doubt her as much as I can, and I'm going to keep doing that. The moment I start believing is the moment it all falls apart. But yeah, knowing me, I'm probably going to be after this. Yeah, thought so. Probably. No, I think I know what I'm going to do. If anything, probably get Ruka to attack. Oh yeah, this guy's got killing edge. Yeah, I don't like risking the killing weapons. I mean, to be fair, at this point in the game, the killing weapons don't do that much to me, but I don't like risking it. All you need is that one critical that gets you, and you're like, well, fuck. Just fuck. Also, the dialogue in also this place is kind of redundant because they all just kind of talk about the lore of Sacae, so visiting the houses really doesn't add up to much. And if you're wondering, no, you don't get any like items from them. And the houses jotted around the ring, one good thing to do is when you get there, place as many units as you can in those houses so you can stop some of the respawning units. Granted, the respawns are random, so they might come out of houses that you just couldn't cover, but it limits them, and it's definitely something you should definitely do because the last thing you want is like a nomadic trooper respawning and taking down one of your weaker units. That would be absolutely terrible. That would be terrible. Oh man, I hate respawning units when they begin. Like, I don't mind respawning units if they respawn at the end of the unit's turn, of your turn. That's fine, you can at least adapt. But respawning at the start, to me, that is bullshit because you can't adapt to that whatsoever. It's just like, oh, by the way, we're here. Now you're dead. It's like, oh, thanks. Ugh. I know there are probably some people who think it's fine. I'm sorry, I do not. Respawning units at the start? No, I think it's bullshit. Although I find it odd that I know that I reckon that the druids and the wyverns they're all from Burn, so it's just them working together. Everyone else is just like the myrmidons and nomads, they're Sacaean. That makes sense. Can't hit me this time. I'm not wielding a steel weapon. There's nothing but ranged weapons. So make sure you have those when you go into this chapter. If you're not stocked up, there is a. I think that's why they put the vendor and the armory at the beginning, just to make sure you had a chance. Because if you didn't have any ranged weapons, sorry to say, you're pretty screwed. And Deke, not too fast. It is a shame. But oh well. At least Wendy can soften him up. Again, the nomads are fast, so no, they won't be the easiest people to double. But the Sacae route's overall harder, just from design. They throw the hard. Nomadic troopers are already pretty good in this game. They're throwing the harder enemies at you, so be sure you have the right units for this. Otherwise, oh god, yeah. Now because most of the nomadic troopers are down the bottom, and nomads, I can start moving the flyers closer. Why do I use the flyers? Because Milady and Shana are awesome. That's why. That was just merely the main reason for it. Milady and Shana are awesome. Simple as. Also, again, it's at the point where they're not much of a threat anymore. Sorry, I meant to say the nomads aren't that big of a threat to either of them because Milady's got such good defense and Shana can dodge real easy. But can she crit? No, she cannot. But yeah, Milady doesn't. It's like I could crit, but I don't have to. I'll still win. I'm just that good. Though I can't remember. I think. Does I remember? Because I know the level ups went. Oh, again, Lena. Goddamn. What have you got against these people? It's like, I feel like critting today. I woke up this morning, had a good breakfast, had some very nice eggs, and I feel like critting. Ugh. She's just. Oh yeah. Here they come. This is why I gave her Nosferatu, because even with flukes, I doubt she would dodge. Nice. So at least this way, Sophia's. This is what the typical Sophia's like. Sophia getting doubled, but at least here she can get her health back. And to be fair, they're not even doing that too. Like only 9 damage. Either they're not very strong, or Sophia has kind of decent... It could be that she's in Strawberry. Or she has not too shabby defense. Oh, no, double miss. At 60, though, I'm not gonna, you know... I'm not gonna make a big fuss out of it. Ow. Ow, javelin. That hurts so much. Getting more healing. I do find it odd that they get the druids of all people to heal. Like, why not just like, oh, I know they don't have them in this chapter, but you'd think you'd use like just the clerics to heal and get the druids to fight because they have the powerful spells. So I don't know. It just seems weird to me. You get the grunts, like you have some of your strongest units and you just have them being healers. Alright, I'm going to break here, but when we come back, Sophia will finally take her place amongst all the other units, except for Roy, as a pre-promote. See, Roy? Even Sophia beat you to the punch. But until then, thank you all for joining me. See you all next time.